Okay, so now we're ready to get our charts put on and drag our bots on. And the first thing we need to do, we're trading gold. So to be able to trade gold, we have to have gold on our chart. And if you scroll down, there's no gold. So we're going to right click and we're going to add gold. So we're going to go down to symbols. And then we're going to click on the little plus sign by the metals. This is where we will find gold. Now this is the one we need. So we're going to double click it. And when you double click it, you will see that it turns a gold color. That means it's going to be added to the chart. Just click OK. Now when we scroll down here, you're going to see right there's gold. So we're going to drag gold over, and this is how we get our chart prepared to be able to put our bot on. So here's gold, and we like to make sure it's on minute 1. That's something I forget a lot, honestly. It will show that it is on hour 1 when you first put it on, but you need it on minute 1. So always make sure that you click minute 1 when you drag this chart on and when we get ready to drag the chart for century on. Let me scoot this over a little bit. I'm just going to scoot this up. We're going to make room for century. So what I do is I grab any other chart. It doesn't matter. I usually grab the one right above gold. Does not matter. You're not going to mess up. You're not going to put it on the wrong chart. Any chart over in that section's fine, because we're not trading with that when we're putting century on. And century is just our protection, that if the bot doesn't stop trading, century will. So it's just a backup. So we're going to scoot it over here. And now we need, this is honestly what we use. We use candles and then zoom in to see, but actually I just did it on the wrong one. Let's click on our gold, and there we go. And these are the candles. And what they actually mean is they just show how prices moved up and down. And that's something that you can really figure out and understand later. But for right now, I want you to pay attention to this section. This is where we have to upload our century and our bots. And remember, we already put them on our desktop, so they're very easy to find. But first, I want to go over here and I want to show you where we're going to put them. We will have to open this again, so it's no big deal, but I want to show you where it's going to go, so you kind of have a reference when we go to do it again. And then we're going to click the MQ4, double click, and then double click experts. This part right here, this is the section that we need that we're going to upload both of our bots and century to. So pay attention to this place right here. This is where they're going to go, and this is where you will always find them. So we're just going to make this smaller and make this one smaller. Get rid of this, and remember, right here they are. This is where we pasted our files. Don't upload the 2 README. We don't need those uploaded. We need the bots and century. So century and the 2 bots. And what you're going to do is you're going to left click and you're going to be able to highlight all 3 of them. So you just move your mouse like this and they're highlighted. And then you'll right click and you will just select copy, and that will copy them for you so we can paste them back where we just were. And I'm going to show you how to get back into that again, because it's really simple. Just go to file, then we're going to click here, and then the MQ4, double click, and then experts. This is where they're going to go. So we're just going to right click, and then we are going to click on paste. Now century is there, and both bots are there. However many bots you're going to get, may just be 1 bot. At the moment of this training, there are 2. So both bots and century are there, and this is where they have to be able to work. So we can close this, and this section over here that I talked about, expert advisors, you're just going to right click and refresh. This is going to make century and the bot show up. See, there's century and there's our bots. And those are what we need to be able to trade our gold. and we're going to end up dragging one onto the gold chart. You'd always drag it to the gold chart, and make sure that this one is check marked and this one. Now with these bots, you don't need the DLL because there's no tab for it, but I just do it out of habit. And then this is your inputs. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you. Now inside of here, you're going to see numbers, you're going to see names. Inside of here, this is what we tell the bot to do. We tell it when to buy, we tell it when to sell. All of these different variables in here is what makes your bot work. And what I want you to pay attention to right now is this section here. Now, this is what the amount that we set for the bot to make for the day. And you're saying, why don't we just put 500? Well, sometimes when the market's not great, it's nice to get in and out. So you can make this 50, 60, even 25, okay? It just depends on how the market is that day. And if you have a demo running, then you can see the difference and see how it's doing. But you would have to have the VPS for that. But anyway, we'll go over this section here. It's okay to put a smaller amount here, and then as soon as it hits this smaller amount, it's going to stop trading for the day. And the only other section you need to worry about right now, because I make these drag and drop for you, is this box right here tells the bot when to trade. And currently these numbers might not make sense to you, but this means it's trading 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and it's blocking 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So that way it's only trading at night. That's just this first block. And to get it to trade, anytime you want it to go ahead and trade, you click the true and you make it false. And that's what we need to do right now. So while I'm doing these trainings, you can see it. This will pop up and it's just telling you it's your 10-day trial. When you get the version that's not the 10-day, but the unlocked version, you'll never see this again. So it's just telling you it's your 10-day trial. And as soon as you drag the bot onto the chart, the moment you start trading is when your 10 days starts. Okay, so we're going to go down here with Sentry. Now remember, we need to drag Sentry over to that chart that we chose, any chart, and then make sure all of these are always check marked. We're going to go to our inputs, and everything on Sentry is 0. Absolutely everything on Sentry is 0. The only one we're going to use is the one right below here, this one right here. We're going to make it $5 more than what our hard stop is on our bot. So when we open our bot, we will see what the hard stop is, and we'll make it $5 more. If it's $245, we'll make it $250. If it's $295, we'll make it $300. But it's an average of about $5 more than what you see on your hard stop. And again, that's the section that we went over just a few minutes ago. And then you just click OK. This is going to pop up, and all this means is that Sentry is not trading, and it's not going to until we make this green. What I like to do is to get everything set up before I click the auto trade and let it just start doing its thing. So you're going to see this pop up, no big deal. We're just going to click OK. So now we have everything pretty much ready. And we'll make sure that's minute 1. I forgot to put minute 1. Okay, so I'm going to drag this up just so that way you guys can see everything that's at the bottom. The very first one here, this is going to show when you're taking a trade, and it's just going to pop up with every trade that you take, which is kind of exciting to watch. So if I click auto trade up here, and this is another important part. If you see a sad face right here, that means you're not trading. So it probably means that you haven't clicked auto trade and it's not green. So you're going to look for a happy face. So when we click this, there's going to be a happy face here, and we're going to go ahead and click it. We're trading now. You might see one pop up here shortly, but we're trading. And again, the bot decides when it wants to take its trade. So I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger, and I'm going to scoot this down some. I'm just making it bigger so that way I can see it. It's kind of fun to watch it and to watch the candles themselves. So you can actually zoom in this way, and all you're going to really see is that the candles are going to move up and down. This is a wick, this is a candle, and that's the bottom wick. All it shows is the price moved up, and then it came back down, and then it went down and it moved back up. That's why you see the wicks and you see the candles. And that's how it takes its trade, by determining those. And we'll learn more about that as time goes on. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Look for my next video where we'll get into more details about how this is going to start trading, and it's going to be exciting. If you need anything, just let us know, send us an email, and I'll see you in the next video.